1961 team as well?
Sure. Like today, 1961 was a tragic moment. It was the day the music stopped. Very much like this. I think it made us more resolute, though, as we moved forward as skaters, young skaters. I was 19 at the time. It took time, but we came back, I think, stronger, better. This is a club of excellence. It has been for over 100 years. We have produced countless talented skaters. You have some right here in Nancy, in Tedley, and Elon. I think we will continue to do it. We, of course, today think of the families, think of the athletes, and that's as it should be.
What reminder you heard about the crash?
It was a very vivid reminder of 1961. My wife tapped me on the shoulder at 6:30 and told me, much as my father had done 64 years ago, at about the same time of day. Very vivid memories come back. As Telly said, we lost a whole group of friends. We all grew up together. We skated together, trained together, even went to parties occasionally together.
Hey everyone, we've got a...
Okay, if you don't know, yesterday at 9 p.m., American Airlines and an Army Black Hawk helicopter crashed at Ronald Reagan Airport, and that is in the DMV area, right over and across the National Harbor and the Woodrow Wilson Bridge in that location, the Crystal City area. And yeah, that's what this day of mourning is about. And it's also my dad's birthday, David Chambliss Jr. I'm the third. My son is the fourth. And David Chambliss Sr. is over in Arlington Cemetery because he was a World War II veteran and, decorated with honors. I didn't know he flew missions over in France, and I was kind of upset with my family on the strength that I didn't know none of this stuff until he died. And, because at the time, you feel like, to us now, reflecting back on history, we look at what they done, the soldiers, and now we learning about the 688 women in World War II. So what we feel like was honorable and they heroes, it didn't feel like that then with them. So for instance, my grandfather never talked about World War II. You know what I'm saying? And he was actually in the Army. So he flew planes and, Black Hawks and everything. I didn't know he was aviation. And so I'm like, where did you learn to fly? So I would have loved to have asked him, did you go to Tuskegee? Or, where did you learn to fly? Was it the Army? Because back then, I don't know when the Air Force was established, but the Army flew planes as well as, the Navy, so I'm like, so was you one of the Tuskegee Airmen, because you're around in that age bracket and in that timeline, and it's only a few left that's living, every Black History month of February, they honor the Tuskegee Airmen, whereas though they made a movie about them called The Red Tails, you know what I'm saying? That's how they identified their fellow service member in the dark, because that red wing of the plane would be so bright when you got up on it and shed the light on it, right? Um, so yeah, that's where we at, man. We talking about the plane that went down. The air traffic controllers. I just heard that President Trump got on TV today and saying, you know, you guys want DEI. DEI is not hiring the best individuals that's right for the job. You're basically patronizing, and giving people jobs that don't deserve it, that's not qualified. So he's trying to make a mockery of this plane crash and saying because of DEI, what is it? Division, inclusion, and equity. No, diversity, inclusion, and equity. Yeah, I think I'm saying it right. But anyway, he's blaming that on the air traffic controllers, saying that why them planes didn't get the message to go different routes, if you will. So he's trying to blame that on the air traffic controllers. Now, first of all, up to last year, none of these jobs are advertised. And did you know all you needed was an associate degree to get an air traffic controller job? Why is that not advertised? I'm sure a lot of, individuals, African Americans and whoever would go and take that course and get an associate's degree in that area of professionalism. It's like you hear nothing about it. Just like aviation maintenance. Aviation maintenance have a whole program and academy out in Hagerstown. I know about it because of my coworker lived like near it. And she said her son found out about it after going to college and getting all these grants and loans. He said, I didn't even know that this aviation school was here. I could have went there and came right out of the training and got a $80,000 job, $60,000 job. So I also work with elevator maintenance engineer. So this is a person that when your elevator is stuck, when your elevator need to be maintenance and the wires and all that need to be changed, this was a brother, an African American that was the boss of 8 federal government buildings. He oversee a team of guys, and guess how many guys that were black that was on his team? 0. He was the only brother. I never got around to ask him, how did you get into that? Because that's not advertised. Even me, I went to vocational school. We had brick mason, which I took up. I'm a brick mason by trade. I'm a builder by trade. Plumbing, drywall, auto mechanic. So why aviation and why air traffic controller training and what is it, elevator maintenance engineer? Why is that? Is not, and these are not jobs that you need a degree in. You just need the training, like being a mechanic. You need to get certified, just like how IT now. You can take political science, you know what I'm saying? Computer science, I'm sorry. You can take computer science and like back in the 90s, but now in the 2000s, all you gotta do is get certified. learn the material and get certified. You ain't gotta go to school spending all that money getting loans and everything unless you just want a degree to put on your wall and say, hey, I'm educated. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, why these jobs are not advertised, because they don't want us in these positions. They want us to be cooks and garbage men and security guards and low level, low tier type of jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you can't keep everybody down. We're moving in a new modern generation that's progressing. Oh, you gonna freeze me? Oh, okay, it's back. Yeah, your connection is unstable. Okay, all right. So yeah, we're moving into a progression kind of world, and President Trump, want to freeze the world and keep it the way that he grew up in that fashion, the way that he liked things to be, where people of color wasn't so on a boss level or in chief positions. You know what I'm saying? And whoever let you in, you was considered a token. You're not the majority. And I heard somebody say, uh, uh, in a federal government building, I heard someone say who was in a Caucasian. It was a lady, and she was talking to another Caucasian lady, and she said, "Oh, our building is getting very colorized." And this was before the LGBT thing started going. This was because it was a lot of African Americans getting degrees and coming in the government getting these type of jobs on a high level. It makes me proud to walk past a conference room and I see a meeting going on and there's mostly African Americans in that room, people that's educated, from the finest HBCUs or Ivy League. Okay, all right, we good. My action is unstable. That's what it keeps saying. All right, yeah. So with that being said, you know, so you can't stop progression, and I tell you what, and I'm gonna say it, there'll never be slavery like it was back in 400 years ago. It'll never be. And the only way that they're going to get people to be what it used to be is through the penal system. I'm speaking to all my brothers on the block right now. You know, you are the modern day slaves when you incarcerate yourself because you don't want to get a job and you feel like it's taking too long to get whatever it is that you want. It's a saying, anything worth having take time to get it. And once you get it, you proud to have it and you'll have it longer. Anything that comes quick, it goes quick. Bottom line. So it's okay to have a 9 to 5. It's okay that everything is routine about your life. But guess what? You're going to have longevity. Longevity meaning watching your kids grow up, watching your kids have kids. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to die and you got all your family around your bed. Like when my mother and my father died, all the kids was around their bed. You know what I'm saying? And God bless my Uncle Bobby. He's going through a rough time right now. Uh, his health is failing. He's in his 70s and he fighting. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't looking for him to make it over the weekend. It's getting ready to be the weekend again. So, you ain't going nowhere until God say you going somewhere. Man don't have the last word. God has the last word. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of death. We all here for a timeline. And when your time is up, it's time to go home and see God and be amongst the heavens and whatnot. And you look down on your family and keep an eye and a watch and a hand on your family members. You feel me? So so while we're here on earth and in the physical, do your best to be righteous and honor God wishes of being a good person and helping people when you can. Don't help people to the point that it's gonna hurt you, far as you bending over backwards and hurting yourself, giving your last. Ain't nobody asking you to do that, and you shouldn't do that. If you don't have it to give, oh well, you know. So they gotta figure it out, whoever it is. But when you got a little something, something, and you can spare a little something, something, go ahead and do what you can, because God gonna bring it back to you. I'm a witness to that for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if anybody been under a rock. President Trump is trying to fire all the federal government workers, or he trying to downsize, talking about the government is bloated, is insufficient, and they're not getting nothing done. So he want to downsize. So he trying to get people to sign volunteer resignation letters, and then but what they don't know is when you do that, you giving up your pension. And who gonna do that? Especially if you 30 years or close to 30 years, anything over 10 years, you ain't trying to do that. So according to the unions and that work close with the government and the federal government unions, they're saying that is unlawful for him to do that. This affirmation and uh, orders on this level and in that kind of demand, talking about he want to do away with 3 million federal workers, that supposed to come from Congress. And now they saying if you by February 6th don't sign this paperwork, basically you're going to be targeted at the end of the day. So still you're breaking rules that's unlawful because you're trying to run out elite workers that the government has hired to do high level jobs. So who are you going to replace these people with? You just said DEI, you don't want nothing to do with it. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. You don't want nothing to do with it. So who's going to replace these people? You think you can replace 3 million people? Not that you can't, but how long and how early and how late will these agencies suffer because they don't have competent people in there? You know what I'm saying? So, and then I realized if he had it his way, he would privatize everything. But I'm telling people, and we having conversation, we like, you do know the federal government and the White House is federal grounds. So you can't do away with all the federal agencies. So what he doing? He could downsize, okay, but you can't do away with it. The White House is set up in a federal entity. So basically, you can say, well, The White House is privatized while I'm in it. You can't do that. That's why we have the rule: you do your 8 years, a straight 8 or a 4 and 4. You run your opinions, you run your laws, and once your tenure is up, you gone. All this, we're gonna vote you and tell the people who want you in and don't want you in. We ain't doing that here in America. You know what I'm saying? We ain't did it before you. It's not gonna happen while you here, and it ain't gonna happen after you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Cause it ain't about me saying it. I feel like President Trump is not the only billionaire or high level person in town. Everybody got their clique. You get what I'm saying? Everybody got their political crew that wants to sit in that seat in the White House. So you're not going to take no longer than 8 years here in America because you're holding up the next crew that want to come and get the benefits and the perks that the White House provide for you, no matter what it is across the board. So whether the American people, I don't care if you got a cult following or anything, the power that be, you're not the only powerful individual, and with your own powerful circle, is other circles, is other powers out there. They want their time in that seat, and you're not going to hold it up, or nobody else. That's why it was structured like that. You do your 8 years and you out. You do your 4, or you do 4 and 4 and you're out. Whatever you messed up, the next crew gonna come in and clean up, or they gonna dirty it up some more. So that's why I feel like we'll never be in a position where him or anybody else will stay there and be there and tell people want them out. We're not structured like that. We don't follow that tenure like Russia or Hong Kong and all them other places that does that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave that right there. So let's get back to some more on the plane crash, and God bless them individuals, and happy birthday to David Chambliss Jr., my pops. He would have been 75 today. And I was actually at work last night, and my coworker come in the break room and he say, "Bro, a plane just went down over by Reagan Airport." I'm like, "What? Are you serious?" So we go and look at the monitor on the screen, and it was a Black Hawk Army plane and an airliner, American airline, that had a whole skating team that was on the plane, 60 people, and there was 3 people on the Black Hawk, 3 soldiers, right? So yeah. So it's been, on TV all day, and God bless these individuals that died. And so, it's just crazy, It's been wild for the last couple of weeks, meaning the emotions been up and down. The Commanders lost. I know people ready for me to speak on that, so let me speak on it. They were talking about, oh man, we gonna be the beast next year. We get that secondary. No, I don't want to hear nothing about next year. It's about right now. We 1 game away from the Super Bowl. 1 game. Okay? We need to seal the deal. Then when we get in the Super Bowl, we got to win that game. So technically it was 2 games away. I ain't want to hear nothing about next year. Oh, we going to be this. No, we right now. We got to seize the moment and seal the deal. And what we did to Detroit and how we capitalized off their mistakes, that's what Philly did to us. And made the best team win, and they won. You know, they look good. So what I say to the Philly fans, go win the Super Bowl now. That's what I say to you. And deep down, I really believe that the Chiefs going to win because uh, Patrick Mahomes is like the Jordan of football. When you touch him, the refs going, woo, they're going to blow the horn on you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so as the narratives is going that the Chiefs have the refs on their side. You know, so Philly gonna have to go and beat them convincingly in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's close, you know, I think people want to see the three-peat that Kansas City will win 3 Super Bowls in a row. So this will be something that even Brady didn't do. Brady didn't get back-to-back Super Bowls or 3 in a row out of the 7 that he won, out of the 10 Super Bowls he been in his career. You know, so I think on the strength of that, they want Kansas City to win. But the way that Philly played us, they ready. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, you know. All right, this me and my pops. He junior, so he's David Chambers the second. I'm the third. That's me as a shorty. You know what I'm saying? With the Michael Jackson afro in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yeah, that's pops. You know, he was a fly dude, had the ladies and moms. You know, got tired of him. Cutting up. So they broke it off and went their own way. But they was married 40 years before that happened. This my nephew. He's part of the 33 and 0 HD Wilson team of 2015. Their record is 10 years this year standing. Nobody broke their record. That was him at the All-Star game, you know. And so this is David Chambliss, 1, 2, 3. That's my son. He's actually the fourth. And I told him, when you have your son need to be named David Chambliss the fifth. You got to keep the legacy going. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's my man right there. That was at their championship AAU 14U, championship game. And that was at in Baltimore. Uh, I think Baltimore State College. They got community, county, and state. Yeah, that was on their grounds where they played at. And we have a youngin, the center. He went to Georgetown right after they won the 33 and 0 championship. Antoine Walker went to Georgetown. And I was there when the recruiter was like, Georgetown ready for you, and are you ready for Georgetown? And he said, I gotta talk to my mom. So that's them. Matumbo was his greeter and showed him around Georgetown when he got there. So again, this is the anniversary of HD Wilson 33 and 0 championship. 10 years from 2015 and now, and that's a statue of John Thompson. Next time I'm up Georgetown near the university, I gotta go up there and take pictures by that statue, and that's kind of like my thing, uh, people that done passed, that done did great things in life, that have been honored with statues. You know, since I can't take pictures with them, I'm gonna take pictures with their statue. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I give it up. You know, my boy G Money birthday some years ago. His sister Kiki, my wife in the back, Michelle. Uh, uh, I forget his cousin name. Don Rica, Precious. We called her Precious, and my man Dick in the back with the wolf man beard. You know what I'm saying? This is my little man right here. He was probably 8 or 9, you know, and he was just starting his journey playing the piano. You know, that piano skill set got him into Townsend, got him a scholarship. He blew their mind with the audition. So shouts out to Dr. Boucher from Suitland High School who trained him and got him into Townsend, you know, when he auditioned. And they was wild that he played Mozart the way that he did. And now he trying to study IT because all his friends up Townsend was getting jobs from studying IT and they making money. And he was like, "Hey, pops, you know, hey, it's about the tech now. You know, I don't think I want to teach music. You know." I was like, "Well, if that's your choice, then do your thing." You know what I'm saying? And we all know teachers in America don't make money like they should. Over in Holland and the Netherlands and Finland, uh, you know, I know people over there, and they're educators. They get paid like doctors and lawyers over there. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny how we don't respect the educators that educate our kids. You know what I'm saying? You know, here you have to teach at a university or a private institution for you to see a good salary. And so basically the inner city teachers teaching inner city kids, they get nothing. They get paid nothing, next to nothing. And you know, school is out for 2 months over the summer. So therefore they gotta teach summer school or tutor some kids that they know parents will pay the tutoring fees that will, you know, allow them to get a check for that 2 months. And it shouldn't be like that, you know. So we need to respect our educators more and give them more salary so the best teachers will teach in our public schools and teach our kids to be competitive. You get me? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't afford to go to private school or Ivy League school. You see what I'm saying? So we need the best educators across the board in the inner city and on the high levels. I'm just saying. You feel me? You know.